go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ask Anything presented by Moser Consulting. I'm your host, Angel Leon, Moser's Director of Personnel. We're glad that you're with us for this episode of Ask Anything because today we're going to give you our holiday wish list. Some of the items that some of our consultants are either buying, they own, or they're looking into as we go into this holiday season. And of course, we're always looking for ways to show you how technology can be a good gift for those loved ones that you have. And with me today is producer Brian, because he and I spoke with a handful of our consultants about all these items. So, Brian, we had a good list this year. I really enjoyed talking through some of the items that we have, and I learned a couple things about some of them. So it was very, very interesting.
This is without a doubt one of my most favorite episodes of every year that we've done the podcast. It also causes I can feel my wallet cramping during the episode while we're talking about it. I'm like, no, oh boy, no,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to sell some things.
The
There are a lot
urgency
of
to buy stuff as we talk to some of these items. I mean, and you'll listen to some of it here in a little bit, but I will go back to what we talked with Kevin about the glasses. The urgency to try to buy something as we were talking is like, no. Stop looking right. Stop looking at the browser. Don't do it.
if you hear subtle little clicks throughout the episode, that's my fault for not muting myself while I was just like, add to list, add to list, add to basket, add to cart, like while we were going through everything.
I would say, yeah, same for me. We had a lot of fun recording this episode. And like Brian, this is probably my favorite episode of the year because there's a lot of stuff that obviously as parents, as consumers, that we don't really look at because we have our eyes set on things for our children, things for ourselves. And so some of our consultants have great ideas of things that you can actually purchase that maybe you weren't thinking about. So take out your holiday list, make sure you have a pen and paper on your side. And if not, look in the show notes and you'll see some of those items that our consultants talked about today. So without further ado, here are our consultants.
All right, joining us next is Sarah, who is going to talk to us about a digital photo frame.
Well, a long time ago when I was younger, my grandma had a digital photo frame. Of course, back then you had to upload everything to it with a USB, but nowadays you could just use an app on your phone and anyone can send the photos or videos to the photo frame. And I think that is really cool. My parents have one, my grandparents have one. It's always fun to send an embarrassing photo over. They're not expecting it. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I unfortunately couldn't pick one up this time around since I put it on my Christmas list. But if all else fails, I'll have Black Friday or Cyber Monday next year.
Those are actually really cool because last year we actually picked up a couple from the same brand. And it's interesting because this year my wife asked me if we could do like a theme. So for the holiday, so basically uploaded all of our Christmas pictures like throughout the years. And so now on both of them, when you walk, we have one like in our entrance as you walk into our house, and then we have another one in our kitchen. So basically, when we go in, I go into the app, like you were just saying, and I just upload pictures. Choose whatever I want from my phone and from our picture catalog online. And now both of them are basically just showing all Christmas and holiday pictures throughout the last, I don't know, 10, 12, 14 years. I mean, it's really cool. So yeah, those things are actually very cool.
Yeah, that's really neat. I really like that you can add videos too, but my grandma has the sound up on hers and it's kind of startling. It reminds me of Harry Potter. You know, they have all the moving photos in there.
We got one this year for my mom, and the one I have at my house is so old that you'd still have to load it via USB. The new one that we're getting her has that function, and I'm going to have to double check because I didn't read far enough down to see if it supports video, and if it does, I'm so going to just do like a frozen shot of me. And it's like, just a jump scare portrait, like.
That's awesome. That's a good idea. I should do that.
You're welcome.
Just give me a good idea. Yeah.
Good idea and Brian very rarely appears in the same sentence. But cool.
Wow.
Thanks very much for the recommendation. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay, and joining us next to talk about his new Meta glasses is Kevin.
These are the Meta ones. the Meta 2s are just came out after I bought the Meta 1s. So not only did I miss out on the Meta 2s, I also missed out on the discount for the Meta 1s. I paid $399 for these. Right now they're on sale for like $225 everywhere. So nothing like missing out on a great deal. But I absolutely love these. The only thing that I think is the updated AI interface, and it has the GUI on the screen where you can see stuff that other people
Oh,
can't. Like if they're looking at you, they can't see that you're looking at a little GUI heads up display on the lens. So that's what the Gen 2s have. The Gen 1 though, over the ear, open ear speakers, 2 cameras, a little button over here for taking a photo or long press for taking video. The volume is a slide, so you touch towards the front to volume up, towards the back for volume down. It also has commands very similar to all of our common household AIs, where you just say, "Hey Meta," and it engages a light down here so that you know that it's listening, and then you can ask it any kind of question. My kids love to ask it for jokes, and so they'll grab my glasses and run through the house saying, "Hey Meta, tell me a joke," and it is absolutely hilarious. I like to use it for all kinds of things. My favorite thing to do is the handless pictures and videos. For example, you're in the moment, basketball game, family event, whatever it is, and you don't have your phone or it's in your pocket, you can just quickly say, "Hey Meta, take a picture," and it's done.
oh, I saw it light up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw it
Yeah.
light up.
And here's another, "Hey Meta, take a video." So it'll flash. Yep, there it is. So it's currently taking the video. "Hey Meta, stop video." And then it's done. So there's no like surprise secret recording, because the light will flash and let people know. I don't know if it's not really to light up the environment, but I'm pretty sure it's to give awareness that
Yeah.
it's recording.
Hey,
So
you're
I
being
like
recorded.
that feature, except for when I'm trying to surprise my kids, and then I just kind of like because there's lenses on each side, and it combines the two for a wide pan image. It's pretty awesome. The main thing while driving, you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to music, or you can open up the AI interface and have conversations for brainstorming. The built-in Meta AI is pretty decent, but another thing is you can, if you've got an Android, you can open up Gemini and have the same type of conversation, only at whatever level of Gemini that you're using. Same thing applies to Copilot and Apple devices, I suppose. I'm not an Apple user, so don't hate me. They are not heavy. Like I have some light frame glasses. These are not it, but these are a standard heavy duty frame. There's a power button on the inside so that you can turn them off. It comes with this handy dandy case that with a nice little lens cleaner. And so that's how, it is connected and ready to go. It takes USB-C on the bottom to charge, and it's pretty durable. The battery does last quite a bit unless you are actively brainstorming. If you're collaborating with some kind of AI, it'll tear through the battery pretty quick. But I've wore them for like 5-6 hours, and the battery only got down to like 30%. So it's a long-lasting battery. If you want the series ones or version ones, whatever they're called, Meta ones, like I said, there's a great deal happening right now. But there's also a great deal on the Meta 2s. They're only $100 more. So if you want the newest, the latest, and the greatest, I think they're on sale for the Christmas season. They're ranging around $299 to $379 for the Meta 2s. So all in all, I absolutely love them. Not that I couldn't live life without it, but it definitely makes life a lot easier when you're trying to catch those special moments. So mine are prescription, and I could have customized the lenses to be auto tinting or all that stuff, but you can get these where it's just either sunglasses or non-prescription as readers. There's so many options you can get, but yeah, that's a great point. Mine are prescription. So if I hand them to somebody else to use and they don't need them, they start getting all disoriented.
Yeah.
When you do video, is that similar to AI with how it affects the battery? Does video eat up the battery as well?
Yeah, so it does it in 3-minute spurts, and that's the maximum amount that you can do. So it'll stop automatically, and then you can start up again. And it stores it on the memory on the device. So it's actually on the glasses itself. And then when you dock it inside the case is when it uploads it into a Meta AI app that you've downloaded on your phone. If you choose so, you can select that folder to be backed up to your Google device or whatever, OneDrive or whatever it is, wherever you back up your videos and images. But it's all stored in a Meta AI. And it also gave me access to the Meta AI app where you can make pictures come to life. And so I've been playing around with that for a little bit. I don't know if everybody has access to that or I have a different level, but it's entertaining to see what Meta can do with a nice prompt. I'll just leave it like that.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it PG here, so it's just
Absolutely. This is a family-friendly program. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Kevin. That is actually an item that I've been really looking at. I don't know. I'm actually due for a new set of glasses, so maybe I'll look at them early next year when I get my new pair of glasses. But I go back to when Google made their first glasses. I don't know if you remember those Google glasses that came out several years ago that people were like, whoa, what are you doing? Why?
Yep.
And people got all afraid. And now you see these things, right? Probably more often than not. I mean, I was at a coffee shop the other day and I saw a couple of people with them. You can tell because it's just the camera right there in the front. So we've got Matt with us now, and he has a couple of items. One of them, which I use, I don't think that I use the exact same one that he talked about, but we have an MX Master 3S mouse and hard mouse mat that he found on Amazon. So I'll let Matt explain a little bit more about both of those items. Matt, welcome to Ask Anything.
Hey, thanks, guys. It's one of those purchases where I just happen to be in the store, Best Buy, and I'm one of the guys like I like to touch all the keyboards. I like to touch all the mice and just really freak out on, oh wow, check these out. These are lit. Oh, these are weighted. But I ended up finding the MX Keys keyboard and the MX Master mouse, and they're an awesome pair, an awesome combo. They sell them separately, but I picked both of them up, and I couldn't be happier. The keyboard is just divine. I'm not like a mechanical keyboard kind of guy. I like the low profile keys. It just takes zero effort to hit the keys. And this is kind of weird because it has like a proximity, sensor that when you're close to your desk, the keyboard will light up. I love that. And the mouse is it's absolutely awesome. It's a little bit heavy, but I like that. And it's got the weighted mouse wheel, and it's a nice kind of like stainless steel aluminum mouse wheel. And if you've never used a weighted mouse wheel, I definitely recommend it because in this day and age, you got websites that are exactly
right here. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I've got two of these. I've got one here in the office and I've got one at home because I'm bougie like that. Yep. I need one in each side because they're really good. And this is the mechanical wheel that he's talking about. It has a ratchet sound, like you can even turn it on if you like. Because of course you can download the software for it and you can actually control some of the functions. You've got buttons on the side here that of course you can't see right now. You got another wheel on the side here that basically, let's say you're using Google Chrome, you can actually use it to go through the tabs that you have open. Very useful. And then you have this little pad right here that you can actually press. I have a Mac, so I have it set up so that when I press it, it opens up all my applications and everything that I have open so that I can select it rather quickly. So I apologize. I needed to show it because I have two of those. I have the version of the keyboard that you're talking about for Mac as well. It is honestly, to me, the best product out there.
Exactly.
Unless you like the mechanical stuff, which I get, the mechanical keyboards, a lot of people love them. I'm like you. I don't particularly love them. I don't know why. My wife has one at home, and it's weird because I hear it clack 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 clack. Yeah. And we basically share an office. We have two desks, and when she's at home and I'm at home working,
no comment except get a
just say I just put these on and just like put something in the background and just like, all right, this is gonna be one of those days.
No. You want to be in the Matrix, dude, not in the 50s.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is where it's at for sure. This is high tech. This feels like military gaming. This is pretty awesome. But and the weighted mouse wheel, it's one of those things where you flick it once and you can take your hand off the wheel, and that thing is scrolling for days.
It just goes. It's awesome.
Now, another item you brought to our attention is the Zoom R4 multi-track recorder. I use the Zoom H4n recorders for all of our audio recording here at Moser. So what can you tell us about this particular Zoom?
This is my first one. I just got it so I could throw together some drum tracks and stuff. Because I play drums mostly, and when you're in a condo, it's like, okay, we got to go the MIDI route and the computer and the DAW and all that stuff, and not let my neighbors know that I'm going animal style in my office here. But
My drum kit is in pieces in my garage on the shelves as we speak.
you got a acoustic kit?
I've got a 5-piece fire engine red Ludwig from 1991.
Damn.
Dang.
The DW 500 double bass pedal, 2 Zildjian Rock Crash, a Zildjian Ride. I don't know if they quite qualify as antiques at this point, but they're all from like 1990. So I mean, they're
Well,
30,
yeah.
35 years old.
We have the Simmons SD1200, which during the holidays, the first year that they had actually rolled that drum set out at Guitar Center, they had, the displays get pretty beat up, the display models.
Yeah, I was one of the people that used to beat them up.
Ah, there you go. And so, well, that worked out for me because they had a huge, just a cardboard shipping container box in the middle of the store full of all these parts. And they said, just take what you want. We'll charge you like per pound, basically.
Oh,
And I ended up with the killer, 80s glam drum set for the gods. That's all just completely digital. So I got the hookup for sure.
oh man.
It's pretty tight.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to share that with us. We appreciate it. All right. And joining us next is Chris, and he recommended a video streaming device. Chris, what can you tell us about it?
The box I've been using for about 2 years now is called VSEE. It's VSEE. It's available on Amazon, and it's one of these boxes that seems too good to be true when you hear about it, but in reality, it does deliver everything that they promise. And what I find interesting about it is when we first got the box, we had multiple streaming subscriptions, the Paramounts, the Apple TVs, the Prime, which we've kept, but several of those that we found no longer were needed after deploying this box and really getting to understand the value in it, as you can find channels in each of those streaming providers, and all of their content is available in those channels. So if recently my wife and I decided we wanted to rewatch Yellowstone season 5, and I didn't need to have a Paramount subscription. I was able to go right out and download, not even download, just find it and start streaming that season's shows without any issues, right? So, and it's a bit robust. It's got, if there is streaming issues, you can change servers. Most of the shows have got an option for text on the screen as well, if you can't hear well, if you're having trouble hearing or things are too loud behind you, etc. So that's been interesting as well. Not all of them, but most of them have that. Live TV is easily configurable and easy to save as a favorite. So if you have family in another city or state, you can drop down all 4 of the local news channels into your favorites area. And if you're going to go visit, you can easily watch the news one night in, let's say, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, or Denver, Colorado, and you get the same feed that they get there locally. So we do that for different family members, just to have that available for us if we decide to travel. Another thing that we like about the box is that it has all of the sporting leagues you can basically think of, and their live games broadcast when they're actually being played. So if you're a football fan, on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock, I can have 5 different games going and bounce between them with a simple up and down arrow on the remote that comes with it, right? If you want to see a favorite hockey team, that is there as well. All your traditional major sports, right? If you're into pay-per-view events, those are all included on the box at the time that they're actually happening. So we just use it every day, I think. If we're going to watch TV, that's what we're watching it on. Good part is it's a very small footprint. It's about 1 inch tall, 4 inches wide, and 3 inches deep. So you can easily put it in a Ziploc bag with the remote and the power supply and throw it in your bag. And if you're going somewhere, you're going to be away for a few days or longer, hook it up in your hotel room or wherever you're headed to as well on a TV. So that's the portability of it's nice. That's also one of the drawbacks is that it's one box per TV. So there is no app you can put on your phone or your iPad or your Android and stream on that. You actually have to have it on the TV itself.
I have one question. Once you buy it, is it a buy it and you're done, or is it like a one and done, or is there like a monthly subscription after you buy it?
It's a one-time fee, and I think I've bought in a couple where if you bought in volume, in bulk volume, I got them for about $250 a box. Traditionally, when you see them on Amazon, they're going to be somewhere between 300 and 350 a box. So there's
Okay.
the one time is a little, people see it as steep, but when you say, how many subscriptions do you have? And if you canceled them, how long would it take you to recoup your money? And the answer is pretty short if you really use the box in that way. So I could probably talk for another 10, 15 minutes on it, but just I've convinced a lot of friends and family to try it. And they've all said it's too good to be true, and they get it, and they're like, this is awesome. Best part of it is that there are 4 Hallmark channels that you can watch, and they're all in my favorites list. So my kids have bought me Hallmark blankets, and they give me, trouble all the time. But I joke about that all the time. It's like, which feed do you want? Do you want the East, the West, the mystery tour one, or you know, the one that plays the Waltons all day? I mean, whatever you want, it's all there. So
All right. Well, Chris, thanks very much. We appreciate you sharing that with us, and thank you for the recommendation.
And now with us, we got Ari, who you've heard and seen in this podcast before. She's got her eye on a TV streamer, but I'm going to let her explain. So, Ari, welcome back to Ask Anything. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good, good. So, what can you tell us about what you got your eyes on?
So, I am a lifelong, basically, Google person. I'm totally in the environment, the Google ecosystem. So, with that, I've had the Chromecast for many years with basically every iteration they've had. I somewhere stashed in a drawer, my old tech drawer, have almost every generation of Chromecast that has ever existed. So when I saw the TV streamer, it was, different, but it has a lot of the familiar features that the last Chromecast had. And so I'd say the main thing I'm looking forward to this Christmas for the new streamer, I ended up buying it on the Black Friday sale. So I was able to get that for a little bit of a discount. And I have not yet set it up, too busy. But for when I'm on my winter break, I will absolutely be setting it up and playing with it. But yeah, the 4K, the TV streamer, the main thing that attracted me to it is that the little button that comes on the part that you attach to your TV. If you press the button now, it'll help you find the remote. And
Oh,
that's one of my
that is
main.
that is very impressive. Sorry, I'm looking this way because I'm looking at it. I don't own the Google ecosystem. On that side, I'm sort of more of an Amazon person. Shout out to
Yes,
Google and
yes.
Amazon both. We don't do marketing for them, but hey, here we are. That's one of my gripes with with the Fire Stick is that anytime that control goes missing, it's basically, Indiana Jones
Yeah.
all over in our house.
Yeah. Like so with this one, can I literally program it so if I just yell, "Where the heck is it?" It'll be like, "I'm over here." Or do I have to hit a button or say a command and it starts beeping at me?
I know it works if you hit the button. I'm pretty sure it also has the voice. Oh, yes, it is fully customizable. You are correct.
Oh, so I can literally program it to answer to "Where the heck are you?" Or stronger because we try to be a family-friendly podcast.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually a neat feature because that's my main complaint about that. I'm Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV. It's all the things. It's like, like where is the remote? Like it's either between the couch cushions. Like my 4-year-old took it and ran with it and
Mhm.
took it somewhere else, and then I pick up the wrong one from the other room. It's I hate it.
I think that would be like the best quality of life upgrade with this, just being able to find that. And then the other thing that I thought was pretty cool as well is that it has the Ethernet port on it. And of course, my little Chromecast dongle never had that. So I think that'll also kind of help with cord management. Being able to just use my Ethernet port for that will also be nice to kind of,
Yeah.
take something off of the many devices I have on my Wi-Fi network.
And it instantly makes it faster and a
Mhm.
much better streamer overall because you're hardwired into it. That in and
Yeah,
of itself is a huge gain. I mean, that's
loving that.
You were also a fan of the mouse, weren't you?
Yeah, I haven't bought a new mouse, but I was literally looking on Logitech this morning, like, what all do you have before the wellness bucks at the end of the year run out?
The holiday gift idea episode is already successful. We already have
Mhm.
like it hasn't even been released yet, and boom, here we go. Bodes well for after it being released.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, I am a big fan of the Logitech. I have also been rocking with Logitech for a long, long time since I was like in high school, college. I've loved their little mouse options. And so for my personal life, I like the Pebble 2 mouse because
Mm.
it's so cute and small. And when I'm, just out and about and I'm moving from one place to another, it's nice to just have that little one that I can rely on. And then the one that I have for actually like work and everything that I got more recently is the M650. I like that one too because of the back and forth buttons on the side. So it's like,
Hmm.
I don't know why. It's just really nice to be able to switch like that. And
Yeah.
then another one I have my eye on is the one we discussed earlier. And really just like, I love the scroll. And there's like buttons for some of their models as well, where you can turn it off and on. So it's like smooth, or
Hmm.
you can feel the like tactile feedback.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Love all of those. So Logitech is probably my favorite work brand for work from home. So my headphones, my mouse, and then when I have like the keyboard when I want to be
Yes.
on the
Headphones as well.
move.
Yes. These guys.
Yeah, same
Yes.
ones. Yep, I have
Logi.
those.
Yep. They're great. I don't use them for podcast recording because I don't want to look like
Mhm.
I've got all bulky, but I love them. And I love them because they have the mic that you can hide away and it automatically
Mhm.
mutes you when you're talking. So if you're going to sneeze or something, you just flip it back up and you don't even have to flip it all the way in. You just like flip it like,
Yeah.
like that. And then it just mutes you. So super convenient, super well done. They're sturdy. They'll feel well made, just like the
Oh
mouse. I mean,
yeah.
I've had this mouse now for maybe 3 years. I think this is the first version that came out. The one I have home is the latest version or
Mhm.
the version from a year or so ago. And I just love it. It's so phenomenal. I definitely like the wheel on the side too, so you can scroll between the tabs. And if you're looking like I'm looking right now at a OneNote, for example, if the OneNote is too wide, you can use it to scroll left and right as well.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's yes, so it's so good. And the thing about it is that I mentioned when talking to Matt, you can customize it with the software. So you download the software itself, you can obviously download updates to the mouse when they has them, but you can basically customize it overall or on a per app basis. So, like I said, you can customize it just for Google Chrome, you can customize it just for OneNote, you can customize it just for Word, for your email, etc. And you can customize every single button on the mouse for every app if you want to. So it is phenomenal. I really, really enjoy it.
I would also like to take this time to point out to both Logitech and Google that we are not sponsored, but we are open to it. Please contact
Yes.
either Angel or myself.
Shout out. Yes. We're on LinkedIn.
Thanks very much for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Another one of our consultants, Christy, suggested the Camp Snap camera. It is a screen-free digital camera. She got it for one of her kids and has really liked it. It's no screen. It's a point and shoot, rechargeable digital camera. Ports up to 500 shots on one charge. It's available in a bunch of different colors. And like I said, she got it for one of her kids. It doesn't have a screen, so there's less to scratch or break. And she really likes it. So that is available at campsnapphoto.com. And the link will be in the episode description with a link to everything else we have discussed in this episode.
A very, very good list of items for this year. Very, very different, all of them. And this Camp Snap camera, actually, keep looking right because I'm looking at it. It looks pretty cool, and it actually looks very vintage. So if you're into that sort of stuff, if you're into the vintage stuff, vintage camera items, this definitely looks the part. And of course, it's got the technology to make it be useful for you and your family. So go check that out.
The thin body and the way it's set up with the lens, it reminds me of like an old school Leica camera.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah. So camera nerds.
It's really nice. Exactly. And you've got, I don't know, I'm not counting, but you've got at least 10 or 12 options in terms of color. So it's not just like the black or white. It's got a ton of colors in there. And I think there's even a fabric looking one. Yeah, there's a red velvet one. If you're into that. And blue velvet.
And it takes a micro SD card that is included. So the SD card, which is a micro SD, is included with your purchase.
Kind of cool. Looks really cool. So go check that out. And go check out everything that you found or that you heard in this podcast in our show notes. You're going to be able to see them right there on our show notes. Thank you so much to our consultants who came in today and talked a little bit about all of their items. And we will talk to you soon.
And Angel, I just want to point out that the very first episode of Ask Geek Anything ever was a Black Friday holiday gift episode. That was our very first season 1, episode 1 was tech gift ideas for the holiday season. And that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago. Amazing.
That was December of 2020. So look for season 11 to premiere in early 2026 into January, beginning of February. And we're going to try to get hooked back up with some guests from the past 5 years. Some of the experts from outside of Moser that we've talked to, we're going to see if we can't check back in with them and see what they're up to now.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun episode to record. But to your earlier point, it's been an amazing 5 years. I think 5 years ago, if you would have told me that we were going to do this for so long and that we would have so much success as we've had, I would say, cool. But no, it's been an awesome 5 years. And I actually thank you for reminding me, because I do remember our very first episode, that tech gift idea back in 2020. It was a lot of fun, just like this was a lot of fun to record today. But it's been a good journey so far.
I can't believe we haven't run out of people at Moser who are willing to talk to us.
Well, we've got a few who are Ask Anything All-Stars by now. You know, people who have been here 3, 4, 5 times already. And we're always looking for people to talk to us. So if you're out there, if you want to talk tech with us, shoot us a message on LinkedIn, wherever you see us, on YouTube. We'd love to talk to you. We always love to talk tech and things that are not tech. Obviously, we have many other subjects within our history, our podcast history. So go ahead, give us a shout out, and we will definitely be talking to you. But I'm really looking forward to recording again with some of the folks that we've interviewed over the past 5 years, because we want to see where they're at. We want to see where their projects have taken them, where the things that they were working on 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, where are they now? What are they currently working on? So we are very excited for that. And then we will take a little break, as we always do during the holiday season, and we will recharge and come back at some point in either late January or early February of next year. So thank you very much for listening and for watching now. That's very cool. We're on YouTube. This is good.
Now you don't just get to listen to us, you get to see us.
Yes, exactly.
I think for season 11, we should institute a new frequent flyer or a frequent guest program, like a little punch card. If they get 10 punches, you get like a free frozen yogurt.
Yeah, maybe. Or one of those beautiful.
One of these very fine ASCII anything hoodies. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. That's a nice gift.
I kind of like it being super exclusive, though. I'm one of the only people that currently has one.
Yes, That's true. I have one too. It's in the house. It is very warm though. I have to say it is for a day like today though, when it's like 20 degrees outside. It's perfect for it.
It is 9. It is 9 degrees outside today as we were recording this. And I went out earlier because we were out of milk. And I'm like, and fortunately the store still had some, but I just wore this 9 degrees with a pretty substantial breeze.
Mhm.
Totally fine. Now that I'm in the house, it is a little warm.
Yeah, it is
But
a little warm. I
this is
used it.
this is a high quality item.
Yeah, I used it earlier this week when I was working from home, and I was like, whew, I gotta turn the heater down because it's this thing is keeping me warm for sure. But yeah, there you have it. So that's our plan for the next few episodes and then for early next year. So until then, so long, everybody.